Hi, I'm Jack Robison, and we're here with a 1992 Rolls-Royce Corniche 4 that came to us with a dead convertible top, and we had to fix it.
So what we found is the car had a controller with a small microprocessor in it, and it turns out this is 1980s technology. And what happens with these small computers, microprocessors, is the built-in memory, after 30 years or so, it can start to decay. The program gets corrupted and then it can no longer operate. So we decided, let's design this from the ground up with 2023 technology, new microprocessors, the latest tech, and so that's what we did.
All right, so let's look at the trunk of the car around back and see what the new controller that we made looks like.
So this is the new control module that we designed and built here at Robison Service. You'll notice it's a printed circuit board we laid out, double-sided, plated through holes. Here's your main processor right here. You can see it's much smaller, it's totally different than the old one. All the software is contained inside, easily electronically erasable. It's probably good for 200 years. We got relays up here to control the high current items in the car, the motors, the pump motors, the locking motors. These are support chips that shift the levels of voltage. The car plugs in here and here. And then we've got a diagnostic port here that Jack can talk about.
Yeah, so for the diagnostic port, we've got this kind of crude handmade tool that we're going to make a nicer looking printed circuit board version of soon. And with this, we can read off the state of the car, what it's doing exactly right now. We can cycle through all the different systems that are in it. We can move them backward and forward, locked and unlocked, and so on. We can also
we can review history, right?
Yeah, we can review the fault history.
Yeah.
And you can also, well, we can reprogram it
Right.
so that when we have updates that we want to push to it, things that we fixed, we can reprogram the controller via this thing on our computers, and it's been quite useful.
Yeah, and none of this was possible at all with the old controller. Right. It was just old technology, and that's why we're really convinced that we made the right decision to basically start from the ground up today's technology.
All right, so let's close the trunk and start the car up and move the top up and down and see how it works. So when this car first came in, the top was down and it was just stuck that way, and that's just how it was. So if it rained, you were out of luck. Now we can put the top up. So on this car, when the top comes up, you have to ease up on it manually and release the button so that the top doesn't smack into the header. And that's the way that these Corniche 4s are. That's a thing that we're going to be improving in the future as like an upgrade, but we're not there yet. So you're going to see me turn the car on and pick the top up. Let it run for a second. And then I'm going to catch it right before it gets to the end, and I'm going to line it up with the frame of the car and just pull it down into place. Then I can lock the hooks that are in the front down, and that'll hold the roof down onto the windshield, so when you go down the highway, it doesn't take off. So now it's locking, and now it's hydraulically tensioning. And that's it, the top is up. So to take the top down, I'm gonna have to kind of give it a push to get it started, but it's otherwise the same thing going the other way. So it untensioned, it's unlocking its hooks, and there it goes.
And there's a number of steps that the top goes through that are now seamless. Jack's only pressing a single button to move the top up or to move it down. The top senses the position, it senses the switches opening and closing it. When it comes down on here, it senses that it's here. It then goes ahead and does the locking. It says, okay, now I'm locked. It tensions and then it stops. So it's a number of items are happening in sequence, and it's only a single button that does it.
Yeah, so thanks for checking this out. I think it's really cool that we've gotten this car to be better than it was originally, that the top now has functionality that it never did before. It all fit as a drop-in replacement into place where the original was. There's only a couple of hundred of these cars that exist, but At some point, many of them are going to have this issue come up as their old electronics fail. And up until now, that was just a irreconcilable problem, and now it is functional again.
Yeah, and except for a small circuit board that's hidden in a compartment in the trunk, everything's original, right, Jack?
Yep.
All the hydraulics, all the lock motors, all the
wiring.
switches, the wiring. We didn't touch any wiring in the car. To an observer, this is an original car, but electronically, it's much better, it's much more stable, and it should last a long time.